My name is Ethan, and Happy New Year's from the Stockton family.
Hey, we just wanted to give you a year in review of what has gone on this past year. We're part of Straight Street International, a ministry that we help start with our partners, the Webbers. But many of you give directly to our family so that we can be missionaries there and serve. And a part of that also is, I feel like with that we get to be stewards of the money that you all entrust to us. And so one cool thing about Nicaragua, because of the economy there, you get a whole lot more bang for your buck, and we're able to bless a lot of people with very little. And so we just want to highlight some things in this video, what has happened this year and how you have blessed our family by allowing us to minister and serve the people of Nicaragua, but how you have blessed so many other people. And so we just want to say thank you to you guys, and we pray that you are blessed by these stories of how you have impacted and touched lives of the people of Nicaragua. Just a few personal things that have gone on this year. We want to say thank you for providing us health insurance. We have an international health insurance program, and actually in February this year, I tore my meniscus playing soccer. And many of you probably didn't know that, but it turned out to be best case scenario, and it's healing up fine. I didn't have to have surgery, and so we just want to say thank you for providing us with health insurance this year.
And thank you for allowing Ethan to get a good Christian education through Liberty Online Academy. We do that at home, and I'm able to teach him there at home, and just in a great environment. Also gives us the flexibility for him to be able to do ministry with us.
I actually started a garden this year up on my rooftop. It's kind of weird unless you've been there, but we're growing lots of cool vegetables up there, and actually started teaching some neighbors how to grow their own food as well. So that's been a fun hobby this year, of just that whole process of growing and harvesting and all that kind of stuff. So thank you for providing us the ability to be able to do that.
And like we mentioned before, we're in the process of getting our residency, and it's been a little slow go with bureaucracy in a third world country, but I think we're getting close, and hopefully in the new year we'll be able to be residents in Nicaragua. So thank you for providing the funds for us to be able to do that.
And we could go on and on, but personally you all have blessed our lives and have taken care of us. And so we just thank you to the church in general. There's a lot of churches and individuals from different churches who support us, and we just want to say thank you for all that you do for us. You have blessed us immensely, and we have faith in God because of what you all do and how you all support us, and so thank you for that.
Thank you.
All right, because of funds that you all have given to us this year, we've been able to bless 2 different churches in incredible ways. One is a church that had no place for their kids' Sunday school nor for their feeding program that meets our ministry sponsors that you all sponsor. And so we were able to put a roof and a concrete pad there for the kids when they have Sunday school. And so that was one cool project we were able to do this year. And also another church, their wooden doors and their windows had rotted and had been eaten by termites. And so we were able to put brand new metal windows and metal doors in there to make it a whole lot safer for the church to keep their stuff inside. And you blessed a lot of people just through those 2 small projects. And so we just want to say thank you for that. Also, our ministry received a large gift, and we were able to do 6 huge projects with that gift. One of the pastors in an island in Lake Nicaragua, close to where we live, we were able to bless him and his church with a new boat motor for their boat. That's the only transportation. So he's like the taxi between the island and the mainland. And so we were able to do that. Also, a church, we were able to bless them with a church van. And so there's many kids that get picked up and people that are transported to doctor's offices and different things through that church van. Also, we built 2 large churches this year that were in need of buildings. One just met underneath a roof, and when it rained in on them. And so we were able to build them a new church. And another one had outgrown their church. They're growing, and God's doing the cool things there. And so we built 2 new churches, and then 2 other churches, we were able to put roofs on their church. One was a church in process, and it was raining inside, and so we put a church. And another one basically had a roof, but it was raining inside as well. We called it the river church because every time it rained, rivers of water flowed through there. And so we were able to put roofs on those churches with those gifts. And so God has blessed this ministry tremendously, and we've been able to be a blessing to many others. And so because of that, we just want to say thank you. So one of the big things that we do there is in the form of education for churches and then individuals as well. This year we started off with a 15-week training program provided to 38 different churches, 70 different participants from those churches to understand how to properly evangelize a child. Nicaragua is 40% of the country is under 14, so basically kids having kids. And so we understand too also if people are going to come to Christ, they do so majority as youth. And so we did this program. We partnered with another ministry, provided this. It was a great success. And then right from that, we provided 19 of those churches with the Gospel Project in Spanish, a 3-year Sunday school program that teaches 98 doctrinal truths from Genesis all the way through Revelation. And so resources there are very hard to come by in the Western Hemisphere, second poorest country. And so anything that we can do to help empower local churches pays tremendous dividends. And so that's all for you, due to you. Also, 20 of those churches this last 2 weeks have done VBS. That's something that's kind of new for them. And so I'm excited to hear, I don't know really any of the results of that. I'm excited to hear in the next couple of weeks what has happened with that and the fruit of that. So it's been pretty awesome.
Drew was telling you about education, and you know how important a good education is, and that's something that is lacking in Nicaragua. But because of your support, we were able to help a good family friend. She's in college, but she would be unable to get to college to get a better education because she didn't have the money for transportation. So with your help, we were able to provide weekly her transportation to and from college. And also, we mentioned a lot about our neighbors. And there's about 20 people living in the house, and there's one girl, her name's Majorly, and she's 12, and she's the only one in the whole house that can read and write. And so because of you, we're able to help her go to school, provide school supplies, her uniforms, to get a good education. She is so smart, and she has a drive inside of her, and I think that by helping her, she's going to be the change in that family to break the chains, and she can get a job in the future and pour back into her family. So thank you on behalf of all of them.
There's a major seminary in Nicaragua, and they struggle tremendously, don't have printed materials for their pastors. And so this year I've come alongside them and helping them revamp their seminary and how they do stuff, how they teach the material. And then we've actually provided to every seminary, every pastor's coming through their seminary, all their materials for free, all their books and stuff. And so you all have provided that to them. So they have the resources print-wise to be able to study and be able to take that stuff home and help them as they lead their churches. And so you're doing amazing work. Thank you. We were able to be a blessing to many, many people because of your giving this year. Just recently at Christmas, we were able to provide Christmas to 70 kids at a local church. They gave them an outfit of clothes and then food and a toy each. And so we just want to say thank you for blessing every one of those people.
This year we've been able to host 8 different marriage conferences, totaling about 160 couples, and just providing them a meal there, resources, just an atmosphere that they've never felt before, and just life-changing truths that probably many of you received when you got married or have heard all your life growing up. That was the first time for many of them to hear and receive, and just the life change and restoration that brought in their marriages. So thank you.
Our Bible Training Center for Pastors, we graduated our first group this past November. You help provide an incredible education, seminary level, high quality education to each one of them. And then at the graduation, we're able to do an incredibly beautiful day for them that many of them will remember for the rest of their lives. They will probably never experience anything like that again. And then gave them all great resources in Spanish that they can continue to use as they lead their churches in the future. So thank you for that.
Like we talked about earlier, education. And so this year you were able to provide 100 kids with school supplies needed to go to school so they can get an education. Public education is free in Nicaragua, but you can't go to school unless you have the proper school supplies and the proper uniform. So thank you from those 100 kids.
Recently there were 4 guys from our local area who were making changes in their life and had come to follow Christ, but are still dealing with addiction in their life. And so we helped send those 4 to rehab to find the tools and the resources they need to help them take the next step of overcoming the addiction in their life. So thank you for that.
I have 2 English classes this year. I have an advanced class that has 9 students in it, and I have a beginner 2 that averages about 15 to 20 students. And thank you for providing all their books at free of no charge. Most places that teach English is a cost, and because of your generous donations, they're able to come for free. We provide them a meal every week, and so just thank you for them. And many of those people in my English classes are now serving as have helped us translating in some of our ministry areas. So it's really been a blessing. Thank you.
And 1st of November, we hosted a Bible competition. Some of you remember Bible drill, maybe back when you were younger, and it was very similar to that with trivia and Bible memory and scripture memory, those kind of things. And it was an awesome day. I had 8 churches involved. It was a pilot project. We plan to do it with many more churches next year. But all the resources that went in to make that happen, plus it was televised on a local channel there throughout our whole area, which was awesome. And so we thank you for that.
And every week at a local church, there's a lot of kids from a very poor neighborhood that come, and every week, because of you, we're able to feed those kids that come to church every week. Not only you're feeding them physical food, but able to provide for them spiritually, so thank you.
Along with that, our ministry has 12 different feeding programs in local churches throughout our area. We feed thousands of kids every week, and it's about $150 a month to have a feeding program that a church can use to reach their community. And so those are doing awesome things in reaching families through children coming to these feeding programs. And last of all, there's a young man that we love, and we were able to help him get new teeth. His teeth had died. I don't know how that happens, and was very just kind of self-conscious of that. And so we were able to help him get brand new teeth, and I'm sure that he has a much more confident smile and is more confident as he leads his church. And so you've blessed a lot of people, and there's many more stories we could go through, but these are some that we just want to say thank you about. And thank you to you for providing these things, and they're awesome, and I pray that you are blessed because of it. In some of our newsletters, we talked about our small loan program. We actually have 7, 8 of those right now with different people, and we've seen incredible change and advancement, I guess you could say that, in their lives. Confidence. And they've been able to provide things, and many of these people were beggars before and took advantage of people, and through this process they're learning something new. And I think they have the dignity to provide for their own selves, which is, I think that's awesome. And many of them have made changes for Christ in their life, and we've seen that fruit.
Church.
And others we're still working on. And so we just want to list some of those. Maciel is a name you've probably heard before, but she sells snacks in front of the school. And she was one of the kind of first converts through this program and is doing well. And so we thank you for that.
Alicia is her sister, and she actually sells homemade ice cream and beans and plantain chips. So thank you for her.
Maria sells food and fruit in front of their house, and she's doing well with that and able to provide for their family because of the resources they have to get started with the business.
these next two people we're going to talk about, I'm going to talk about her. Her name's Lillian, and she's able to sell fried foods, and they've bought a stove, I think, to update their business a little bit and help. And Drew's going to tell you about how her husband Hector and
remember this? I don't know if you remember the story, but these three sisters, we mentioned them here today through this small loan process. They came to know Christ, and God has transformed Lillian and then her husband Hector's life. And they have gone to church with us for the past 6 months, been involved. They're beginning to look like a family, which is weird to me because of what I've seen in the past. So God has transformed him, and he does tourism in our city. There's a lot of visitors that come, and so we've helped him with several things to help his tourist business.
Jorge, our neighbor, him and his wife sell food outside their house, and he's been able to grow his business. He's bought a stove and other things to really help his business to boom, and it's usually pretty booming every night. So
they put a new roof on their house, and it's been awesome. Veronica is a neighbor also, and she goes and buys used clothes. Many of them have holes and stuff in them. She'll patch them up. She'll sew things. She'll put new zippers on, and then she sells those around the community for jeans for $2 a pair and things like that. And so she's able to bless her family. The other day she was so excited. She came in and her daughter showed us a wristwatch, and I think she paid $6 for it. And she was very excited about this. And then she had her eye on a new pair of flip-flops. I think they were about $10. And so some things like that we think are, wow, it's so easy for us to attain many times. It's a challenge for them. And so this is able to help people reach their dreams and goals and their necessities a whole lot quicker, and they're able to do it by themselves.
And thank you, a good family friend, we were able to help them purchase a car. And now with that car, the husband is using that as a taxi, and so they're able to provide better for their family. And so it's just been a true blessing for their lives. So thank you from each and every one of these people. I'm sure they would love to say thank you themselves, but one day I believe that they'll be able to thank you in heaven. So thank you for them.
Well, it's 2022, and as you probably see, we have long sleeves on, and we're in a different place than we usually are. We've traded a basement for a tropical indoor garden in our home. We usually do these videos. We're in Sweetwater right now. We've been speaking at different churches every week and meet with a lot of different people, which it's been fun. But we go back to Nicaragua on January the 9th. We get back, there's a young man waiting to go to rehab. His name is Mario. He's going for a long-term, intense 1-year program there. Mario's basically been drunk every day of his life for the past 26 years. He's 38 years old, my same age, started drinking when he was 12, and he's ready to make changes in his life. And so we're helping him with the monthly cost of that. We believe that God is going to do something amazing through that. And so if Mario was here, he would say thank you today. And then when we get back, we're starting a weekly televised Bible teaching program on our local news station. It's not going to be local for long because they're going national all throughout Nicaragua. It's going to be a 90-minute long Bible teaching program. And so we actually bought the news station a nice professional camera, which was needed to do what we do. We're donating that to them as a way to say thank you. And here's the cool thing. This news channel, when they don't have good programming, they just play music and other things. And because of the economy and different things, it has suffered tremendously. And they're looking for good programming that people want to go, hey, I want to put my business on there and market. And so they actually asked us to come do this and are not charging us anything, which is incredible. And so we're going to be teaching through the Bible week after week, 90 minutes a week, and able to provide a news camera, a professional camera. It looks like an old Channel 10 big old deal that we're taking. And so because of that, we're just blessed. And really we're just intermediaries between the blessing and people who received that. And so we just wanted to paint a picture and put names and stories and all that together for you and say, wow, 2021 was awesome. It had its ups and downs, but you all blessed many people. And so we bless you in the name of Christ, and we look forward to what's coming up in 2022 this year, to be the best year of ministry that we've ever experienced in our life. And so we'll see you soon, and maybe here soon you'll see us on another newsletter, praising God for what else He has done. Thank you guys, and we bless you.
Thank you guys. We love you.